Hello everyone and welcome to the winter solstice reading. If you are curious, the winter solstice is around December 20th, between the 20th and 22nd. It's the shortest day of the year, the longest night in the northern hemisphere. There have been a lot of celebrations around the winter solstice for many years. Back in ancient Egypt, they had this celebration. Let me look up the name of the temple. So they had the Karnak temple, and that's they have it like set up to where the sun would go perfectly between these two pillars there. And it was a 12-day festival celebration, which also resembles the 12 days of Christmas. Fun times. And they've also had things like the Yuletide festival, like the Nordic Yule, where they had slain large animals because they knew that they couldn't feed them over the winter months. So they would slay them, they would cook and eat them, share them amongst their neighbors. They did other little celebrations like we know similar today through Christmas, like decorating trees and mistletoe, exchanging gifts. So there's a lot of fun, interesting, celebrations that come around the winter solstice. And on top of that, who's going? It also, kind of celebrates like the sun coming back, the new year of a new year of longer days and the sun and light defeating dark. So there's a lot of rebirth, renewal that we are kind of looking into and celebrating with these cards. So today we have our 3 piles. Pile 1 is the rescuer. So the light attributes provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And we have shadow attributes of assumes the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. That's going to be with this seashell right here. Don't ask what that red thing is. I don't even know. Alright, and then pile 2, we have bully. So, bully says, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Shadow is conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. This is your shell. It's more smooth in texture. Come on. The camera can't take it. Alright, there we go. You can kind of see it. It's still a little blurry, but... Okay. And for pile 3, we have Father. So that's talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within tribal units. Shadow attributes are dictatorial control and abuse of authority. And here's your seashell by the seashore. Seashell by the seashore. You can actually hear the sea inside. Alright. So go ahead and take a moment to choose your pile. Also, I'm excited. I bought this deck. It's called the Seasons of the Rich Yule Oracle. So it's all in this kind of winter solstice theme. Let me bring it close. So that's going to be a really fun one to look at. You can have see the different fun pages in here. So yeah, we're going to be kind of looking at using that as our oracle for today. and to help guide us through this. I thought it was like a super fun wintry vibe, and the link to this fun little deck is down below. If you also enjoy it as much as I do, the artwork and everything else in it, then yeah, we'll enjoy it together. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start the candle to initiate this session. Our intentions here is this, okay, there we go. Our intentions here is to have a accurate, open, honest reading, and we are trying to just look deeper within ourselves to better and make ourselves stronger, and to get through this lovely holiday season. Merry Christmas, my 2024. Alright, so go ahead and take a moment between the 3 piles, and the timestamp is in the description box below, so go ahead and choose the pile when you are ready. Alright, pile 1, if you guys chose this rescuer and this fun jaggedy seashell, then this is your pile. You guys chose the rescuer. So I've never actually read through the book with this before, so this is kind of fun. Something different I'm trying, so let's see. Rescuer provides strength and support to others in crisis, so it's pretty much everything. I'm just going to read the bottom here. It just says, observe whether you've always sought to help those in peril, whether for altruistic or selfish motives. So kind of like, are you helping others in need? For what are your motives behind helping other people? Kind of paying attention to that, putting in focus, and letting that be a part of this next year's focus. Now, let's see, or over the holiday, during this winter solstice time. All right, let me pull out. This is a spread. I did not create this spread. This spread was created by someone else. I don't even know if I have the name of who created it. The Almanac Supply Company created this spread. So we're going to look at 6 things. We're going to look at what's hiding in the darkness that your subconscious needs to explore. We're going to look at what will give you strength as you face your shadow self. We're going to see what must you work on to release during the season of rest. What aspect of life requires hibernation? How will this hibernation benefit me, and what lessons can I learn from the season? So I'll talk about breaks, renewal, and what we need to focus on. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle you guys' cards. By the way, this is the perfect reading to do right before this weekend. The winter solstice is supposed to be this Saturday, I believe, so that's exciting. Alright, so we're going to take a look at what's hiding in the darkness of your subconscious that needs to be explored. So what does pile 1? Okay, so we have 2 of Cups and the Page of Crystals, which is the Page of Swords. We're going to pull in Oracle for additional confirmation. I think some of this, what it's already alluding to, is that you may be overly protective of your heart. So, like, any feelings that you may have for other people, I feel like you may not be the most expressive of them. You might overthink things, protecting yourself, not allowing it to flourish, fear of getting hurt, or just not wanting to have someone be able to have access to that kind of deep emotional bond that you do have. So you're being asked to kind of learn to release that holding of that cup to your heart so tightly, because you've been holding on to it a little bit too tightly. Also, this deck is beautiful. Look at this. It like has like a fun little Christmas vibe to that. Alright, so your card says, chills. Upon my flesh, within the bones quivers a crawling frozen in numbness. Shall I ignore or shall I bestow it? Frozen knowing looks back at thy soul. Okay, so it doesn't even have to necessarily be feelings that you have. Oh, sorry. I'm falling. Sorry. It doesn't necessarily have to be feelings for someone else, although, Two of Cups always alludes to that and makes me feel that way. But it could also be like something that you're hiding from yourself. It could be something that really pains you and bothers you that you've been kind of putting on the back burner, or kind of pushing down, ignoring, trying to, pretend like it's not there. But you're being asked to really face that. What is it that truly, bothers you? What is it that entices you? What is it? But it just seems like there is something that is too painful to think about or admit. It could even be your love for someone else. It could be like knowing that you have to let go of someone even though you still love them so much. And you're trying to push down the part of you that knows of how much you love them. And I think that could be a part of it as well. So there just seems to be a lot of emotions being pushed away, hidden away, that needs to come out. So for the next bit, we have what will give you strength as you face your shadow self. So what's going to give pile 1 strength as they face their shadow self? Wow, you guys are getting 2 card days. It's your 2 card day. So we have a Queen of Crystals. So we're going from Page of Crystals to Queen of Crystals. And the Self. Wow. Okay. I mean, really, you just have to trust yourself, pile 1. I think, there could be these self-doubts, these fears of, what if you don't know what's best for you and best for your heart? And it's just, you have to stick to it. You have to just be able to face what's there and know that no matter what, you're still going to be there for yourself. It's still going to be, it's just a part, that's a part of you that is passing, that you're feeling now, but it doesn't have to, it's not going to define who you are forever, okay? And it's normal to have feelings. It's normal. Sometimes you have negative thoughts that you don't even want to have, right? That you might deny from yourself, whether that's intending, oh, I really don't like this person, or I hate this person, I want something bad to happen to them, or sometimes our thoughts are wrongly guided, but we have to face those wrongly guided thoughts to put the awareness that they're happening and trying to work them out. How can I change my way of thinking? How can I not think this, what's my new, how can I reframe it, basically? Because it's not about pushing it away and denying. It's about facing it and having the reality of, hey, this is here. What should I do to heal it? You have to directly go at it. You can't just shove it down, pretend like it's not there. And that's what makes it better, because it's still there in your heart. Even if you're deciding to listen to it or not, it's still there. And so that's the issue, is that it's there. So you have to really just work at it, untying, taking out those little strings, and figuring out what is at the core of this. Why do you feel this way? Why are you thinking these thoughts? And trying to figure out, okay, then from there you can kind of reframe, well, what's a different way I can look at this? And kind of keeping in mind that our thoughts, we become our thoughts. The more we think about something, that's what we're going to become. That's what's in our heart. If we have rotten thoughts in our heart, that's going to become, it's going to make us rotten, our life more rotten. It's going to make our life harder, because we're putting out this negative karma, because karma can come from within the mind as well. It is not just action. It is also mind. What are we sending out there? What is truly in our heart and our soul is what's going to come back for us in this life. So that's why we need to face these things. We cannot just shove them down and pretend they're not there. We have to face them. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get an oracle for this one. Can we have an oracle for some advice for facing this shadow aspect? Okay, this one tried to flip. So we have feasting. Let us feast upon nourishing and be thankful for thy feast. I love this writing. Thy, thou. Come on. Not here or there, yet everywhere it be. Okay. So it's just, I think that's just all about being grateful and realizing how fruitful life is in general. It's not in one place or the other. It's everywhere. It's every aspect of life. And that includes just us being allowed the opportunity to have thoughts, to be able to think. And so, yeah, it's just, I think it's just confirming and giving you advice to kind of focus on the more positive aspects of what is happening. How is the universe helping me? And that's how you work through your karma. If you get through the hard times and continue forward in a more positive path that is selfless, every action that you take is not self-motivated, it's to help others and to lend a hand, then that's going to start bringing in more positive things into your life naturally. All right, so the next section is going to be, what must I work to release during the season of rest? That is how it's worded. Okay, so we're going to see, like, what do you need to be released during the season of rest? So what does pile 1 need to release? 5 of Cups. Yeah. So it does seem that you are holding on to past hurt, pile 1, a little bit too tightly, and that's how you're hurting yourself over and over again. You're stabbing yourself in the back every time you think of it, all this hurt. This is the time to release these thoughts of what people have done wrong to you, and to kind of more focus on what is the universe here to do for you. What can you create here on this universe with the universe, right? People will always disappoint, as we are free to have this free will. We are more likely to go and do things that are disappointing, right? Because of free will. And so it's just kind of looking at the bigger picture and not looking at the microcosm. Look at the macrocosm. And the microcosm is your life and the little things that happen. And yes, it's easy to get caught up in it, but the microcosm is to evolve, to make better choices, to be selfless and loving. And that is to add on to the macrocosm, is to become everything becoming one, everything unifying together. We're different. We're all having different little experience within this one unified soul and mind. And so we're going to have to keep in mind of the bigger picture of why we're here. So when little things come and try to hurt us, they will not take us down. When people come and hurt us, that is not going to change how we view ourselves and how we view our life. That is their issues and their problem. If they want to come out and hurt people, then that's not the kind of people we need around you. It's time to release that and to focus on what you do have, which is these 2 cups over here. It is time to focus on the people who do love you and have best intentions for you, and that you can share your love with, okay? Let's take a look at Oracle for this. What needs to be released during this time? For pile 1. What needs to be released? Storm, as within and so without. Isn't that what we just said? What comes from the heart is what becomes your mind or your life. There are storms coming, a change without doubt. So you are being told literally that there is change coming. You're not going to be stuck in this position that you're in forever. It seems like you're just going through the process of some kind of hurt that you've had with someone else. We have the 2 of Cups here, so I truly believe it's someone else that has come and hurt you. And it could have been someone that you felt like maybe you need to rescue yourself in the situation, or it felt like someone that you needed to rescue, but you're having to release all of the hurt that they've done. It's time to face how you truly feel, what you truly think, so that you may move forward. So next is, what aspect of my life requires hibernation? So what do you need to take a break in? What do you need to take a break within your life? What needs to break? What does pile 1 need a break from? The Hierophant in reverse. Truly with this, I'm almost feeling like it's like overly trusting what other people's opinions about the situation is, or other guidance. Is more like trusting within yourself, because you have the wisdom within yourself. If you meditate on things and truly listen to your intuition and like what feels right to you, and within the guidance of what is right and wrong deep inside, we all have that mystical power inside of us. We're all united by this one consciousness that is the one observing everything that's going on. And so knowing that you can pull that out of you from outside of you, you can pull that out of you from within, is what I meant to say. That's kind of some of the power you need to be looking in, is what is most important to you? What do you think is right? And this is from within, not from other people's opinions. All right, let's get a oracle. What needs to be laid to rest for pile 1? It doesn't have to be rest forever, but just during this time period, during this winter, this is what you're being asked to rest. Also, winter solstice is meant to be like the exact middle of winter, so we have half of winter left, okay? So we have contemplation. It breathes in the stillness of all that is, exhaling all that isn't. Coming from the ends of the starts, the highest of the lows, here I grasp for the answers to unfold. So the answers will come to you, okay? It's saying that everything is one continuous cycle, and that means like it's the same, any questions will be answered kind of thing. Like the question and the answer can be the same thing, right? It's confusing. So it's kind of like, how they talk about the poles, the laws of polarities. So like high and low are the same thing, but they're the opposite extremes of the same thing. Well, so can question and answer be. The further we get away from the question, the closer we'll be to the answer. So we have to really deep dive inside and meditate within ourselves, and that answer will come to us. And try not to like overthink the answer. I think it'll just naturally flow to you subconsciously as the time is right, as long as you just continue to focus and trust how you feel about the situation. I think the answer will naturally unfold for you. So next we have, how will this hibernation benefit you? How will this hibernation benefit pile 1? Here we go. So we have justice. Okay, let's see what... Okay, that was fast. What oracle? So we have forest. It says, it is without a question a place of mystery. Whispers of your power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath, and ground remind you, dear child, you are magic. All right, so from this hibernation, you will gain your power back. You will no longer feel like you are a prisoner of any questions that you have, any situation that you're dealing with. Your empowerment is within you as a spiritual being, and you will be sticking right to what you feel is right or wrong. So like someone can say something about a situation, but it may not be what you agree with, but then they start putting those thoughts in your head, and you're like, oh, maybe what they're saying is true, because that's happened to me. And so I know that this happens, right? So that's why I'm saying cut out that noise, and how you're going to benefit from that is staying true to yourself. You're going to be able to really have that empowerment of saying, I made this decision, I made this choice, and these are my thoughts about the situation. These are not anybody else's putting their thoughts in my head, making me, starting to believe their thoughts. It's what are mine. And that's just, again, it's following your intuition and staying true to you, and look inside for that, okay? And last but not least, for a winter solstice, we have, what lessons can I learn from this season? What lessons can pile 1 learn from this season? Okay. We have the devil in reverse. So this is about like releasing negative cycles, negative thinking. I'm really believing this is negative thinking, because this whole situation has started with that. We started with swords. We're ending with the devil. Okay. The swords is all about thoughts, knowledge, power, whatever. So yeah, this is all around our thoughts. So this is going to be a good season for learning to release any negative thoughts, any cloudiness that may come by and distort how we truly feel or think about a situation. It's time to truly release any of the outside noise and to focus and hone in. Let's see what oracle we have for this. What lessons for pile 1 during this season? The unknown. It says, think on it and you will stumble. Think. This is crazy. I'm telling you, this is all about how powerful the mind is in this reality. So think on it and you will stumble, for the heart is a ghost upon the unknown. Let it bleed into the depths, bearing nothing but desire. Think on it and you will stumble, for the heart is a ghost of the unknown. Yeah, it's like letting life kind of play out within. Just continue going towards what you feel is best for your life. It's like, what are your desires? What do you feel like is best for you? And going in that direction, whether you succeed or fail, you cannot control. And it is a part of that unknown. There's no way to know. You just have to work with it and dance with life to let that unfold comfortably and being happy with whatever happens because of the purpose. What is your purpose of doing this? It's not for selfish reason. It should be for selfless reason. And so you're doing it to help others. So it doesn't matter if you're successful or failing because you are living in that purpose. You are doing it for others. And so it's time. This is the big lesson that we're here to learn. Yes. All right, pile 1. These are all of the winter solstice messages that I have for you. I hope you guys enjoy your nice cozy home with some hot cocoa. And just remember to stay sentient, stay kind, like and subscribe to support the channel, and have a great week. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you guys chose Bully and the smooth little seashell, then this is going to be your pile. Let's see what the book says about bully. It's pretty short, usually. So it says, honestly, assess whether you have a lifelong pattern of bullying others to cover your own fear. The cards are just saying this might be an aspect of life that you may need to assess honestly with yourself and kind of think about where are these, if you have any negative thoughts, where are they arising from, and what are the fears behind them, what are causing them, because these thoughts are coming in because of fear. It's to protect yourself. It's to make yourself feel more strong, or like, your mind's trying to make you feel that way. It's trying to make you feel stronger and smarter and more I don't know, it just wants to like problem solve, and it's like it's all fear based. And so I think the root of it is to just release the fear itself, and then you can become positive from there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and look at our summer solstice spread. It was created by Almanac Supply Company, and we're going to go through their 1 through 6 topics. We're going to start with number 1, which is what's hiding in the darkness that your subconscious that you need to explore. And we're going to bring it to life, like how in the summer solstice, this is about longer days coming in. So it's about the sun arising from the darkness, which is the long, because the summer solstice is the darkest day of the year. It's when the northern hemisphere is in the shadow the longest, because the sun is tilted away. The earth is tilted away from the sun. So that's why this is a metaphor for that, and we're going to tilt that earth back towards the sun and see what we need to bring out of the darkness into light. So we're going to see what do we need to face in our subconscious. So what does pile 2 need to face from their subconscious? Okay, this also flipped. So we have, so we have the 5 of crystals, and we have the Page of Wands, both in reverse. All right, so I think that you may be holding on to your hopes and dreams a little bit too tightly. I think it's kind of like, if you guys have ever read The War of Art, it mentions like having that attachment to it is going to cause you to block it off, like not want to do it. It's going to cause because it's going to have so much fear arise from not being successful with it that you don't even want to risk failing with it. So you always play things safe, you stall, you basically procrastinate. So this can cause a lot of negative things in that way. And so if you feel like you're having a pattern of that, that's probably why, is because you are clinging on to the desire of this happening, of this working out too tightly. We need to come into, I think, a place where, honestly, the cards, I think the next one I'm going to pull is what's going to help with that. But in my humble opinion, we need to come to a place of knowing we're not doing this to succeed. We are doing this because it is something that we really love. It's something that we feel like is a part of our life, a part of our soul, and we are meant to be doing it. Whether we succeed or not, this is, doing it itself is what makes us happy. It's not the success of it. And so once you kind of come with that mindset, I think the fear of failure should kind of fall away, because it doesn't matter whether you fail or not. You are succeeding because you are living your purpose. You are doing what you need to do. Okay, we're going to go and take this oracle and see what needs to come out of the shadows for pile 2. What does pile 2 need to face? Okay. So we have forest. It is without a question a place of mystery, whispers of power you've forgotten. Let thy strength crawl from beneath the ground and remind you, dear child, you are magic. So continue to have that faith in knowing that you are a part of the creation of God. You are a manifestation of God, and therefore you are here to be successful. You can do amazing creations and amazing things, and things that you can add to this physical plane that we are in, and kind of just having that faith within yourself, doing that exploration of yourself. What truly gets you excited? What truly are you here living for? And letting that be a part of your life. So let me just double check what the second card is for. So the second is, what will give me strength as I face my shadow self? Okay. So what will give pile 2 strength? The Chariot. Okay. So that is not procrastinating anymore, not letting fear take away your movement forward. It's saying just go forward no matter what. Failure, success, it does not matter. Move forward. That's what's going to give you strength. You're going to feel empowered just by doing it. And I feel like once you start, even if it seems like something that's a little intimidating, I think you'll realize oh yeah, I got the hang of this. This wasn't as bad as it seemed like at first. Anything that you're starting new can feel overwhelming until you actually start getting into the nitty gritty of it. And then that's when you kind of realize, oh, it's not so bad after all. And you get more excited about how to improve it and how to get better. And so, but that all comes from just doing it, and that will also give you more confidence to move forward with other things, or to continue working at it even harder. So just taking that first step is going to give you strength. Can I have a confirmation card for what will give strength for pile 2? What will give pile 2 strength? Oh yeah, this is also really pretty, guys. Look at this. Boop. Alright. What will give pile 2 strength? Family. Wow. The love is present in the presence of thee, a comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. So yeah, don't be afraid to, lean on people that you love, and know that, the fact that they love you as well. They want to see you succeed. They want to see you move forward. And So just knowing that you have amazing support around you, you're not alone in this journey. Think about like why you're doing what you do. Why do you want to create these things? It's not just for you, for giving you empowerment. It's for helping the people around you, the people that you love and care about, making their lives easier and better, and contributing, because they're such beautiful and amazing people as well. And I'm sure you would do anything for them. And so I think going into this this new, I would say, phase of creation, this new level that you're arising to, is going to be to help benefit the people that you love and care about. And this could be because you're supporting a family. You could be, have children that you're looking out for, or maybe your family is struggling financially, or just, they're struggling with things like, and you're coming up with things to help them. Like, again, I worked for this company. Like, I didn't work for them, but I did a video for them where, this woman had a friend who had cancer, and she created the smoothie to help give her the right amount of nutrients and to help her heal, like, as she was going through chemotherapy. And it worked. It kept her nutrients high, because when you're doing chemo and you have cancer, you have like a lot of restrictions of what you can and can't eat. And so she was able to make a delicious smoothie that had the nutrients that she needed, and just made it easier for her to get through that process. And so it's like, that was a level of creation that her friend had done. That was something her friend was excited about, and it wasn't to benefit herself, because she wasn't like, oh, I have a company now, I'm benefited, yay. No, it was to help her friend out who had cancer. And naturally, that made her feel like she was in her purpose. She was helping other people, and she was also, having her own success with her own company on top of that. And so I think all of that kind of comes together. And so that's how, the process should work. So next, we're going to look at what must you work on releasing during the season of rest. So what should pile to release? What should pile to release? All right. 4 of Wands. So look at your oracle. What should pile to release? I'm honestly getting attachment, so let me get through this real quick. See what comes out. Snow. Okay. So Snow says, there is beauty in the divine that settles on thy flesh, a magical enchantment bestowed in purity. I think that's going into having pure intentions with all that you do is going to help you become enlightened within that. All right, so I think this is regarding to releasing too much attachment to material things, to things like because 4 of Wands makes me think of like home, like a home, a family, a celebration. So no, I think that this could be a situation where it's also adding on to a procrastination, because you don't want to fail your family. You don't want them to, you have those other eyes on you, and you don't want them to see you sink to the bottom, not work, fail, but again, it's thinking about like, continue to focus on why you're doing it, and kind of releasing the physical aspects of it so much. It's not about like what you can attain from this, and it's about like living within your purpose. And I think truly focusing on that is going to be coming from a pure place, and you're not coming from a place from personal gain. You're not looking at what you're going to gain from it. You're looking at what can you create from it. And so that, I think, is going to help you overall in this situation. All right, so next we have, what aspect of your life requires hibernation? So what aspect of your life do you need to take a break from? Well, the World in reverse. So I think it's like trying to end things now, trying to have things completed now, this phase that you're going through in your life. It's trying to, like, you're trying to move on into the new one. You're trying to force it to happen. And I think you are needing to just let go of that force and control and just allow things to fold and unfold naturally, okay? So you're putting your will and your intention towards it for the next phase to grow, but don't try and like force it too soon. Just kind of enjoy the process of it. So what aspect requires hibernation for pile 2? Okay. So we have reindeer medicine. Journey into the depths of your soul, an awakening of sights revealed. It is time for no time at all, for all is presently here. So yeah, stop again. Don't rush into the next phase. Enjoy where you are in the present. Enjoy the journey that you are going on, or you're going to miss it. You might be too little hyper focused in the future of how things will be, and you're ready for that now. And then, you kind of miss out on the process of like, how are you going to grow from this? How do you grow spiritually through this journey? You're going to miss that if you skip the actual journey. And so the journey is there meant so that you can truly be fully inside where you are, where you need to be when you're there without. So you can make those best decisions on how to move forward from whenever you get there. And so for that, again, you have to go through the trials and tribulations. You have to go through that journey to become that full piece of you that needs to be there in that moment when it's there. But right now we need to stay in the present moment of where we are and stop trying to jump out of that too quickly. So next, how will this hibernation benefit me? So this is saying like, how will enjoying the present moment benefit you? How will the present benefit? Page of Cups. So we're enjoying time with people that we love. We're enjoying time with things that we love, like the actual doing of this, like whatever we've been stalling, the actual process of making it, creating it. So we are being able to fully embrace the enjoyment of doing it and being around the people we do love and where they are at in life as well, and enjoying their presence, and where, enjoying the two lives, all the lives coming together. Of people, of you, your life, and the people that you care about, and just seeing, those interactions of where you are at this time together. They're there to support one another through these. What will be benefited from the present? Cold moon. So we have, take with the dearest of moments, release me for their tongue, and nourish me with light. So yeah, it's like noticing all the little moments that are happening in the present moment. All the things to be grateful for that is in your life right now. It's like truly cherishing and truly embodying them and being able to suck up every little aspect of them while you have them, because they will not be there forever. So it's like all the little moments that are happening now, like not letting them pass you, being too fixated on the future, and just truly embracing what is around you. And last but not least, we have, what lessons can you learn from this season? What lessons can... So we have the Lovers, wow. And the High Priestess in reverse. Truly, I think it's about falling in love with your life. That's what this huge lesson is. It's, not about where are you going to be, what could be better, it's about what is it that you have, and embracing that, trusting, being able to trust your life in a spiritual realm. What is it that you're manifesting from above to below, right? What is it? I don't know, just really realizing that your life is a movie. Your life has so many like good and bads and ups and downs, and I think it's your lesson truly is to fall in love with your life and just where it's at all times. Like every chapter is a new adventure, and every chapter is a new progression, and then we're not like hopscotching each progression. We're flowing through it like a boat in the river. Like we're moving forward through it and seeing all this beautiful scenery that we're passing as we're going by. We're not missing moments. We're not missing, like different sights and different experiences. We're feeling every single one of them as they come and embracing it all as the whole at the end. So truly, this is all about falling in love with your life. Now let's get one more oracle for you guys. What lessons is pile 2 learning during this season? All right. So we have hearth. May your warmth take in the glazing flame upon the shivers as they melt away. So knowing again that the light is coming, it's the pendulum swing, the good and the bad. It won't be bad forever, it won't be good forever, and it's just enjoying the sways as they come. That's what makes life interesting. Now we also have Mother Mary. Into the arms of mothering, embrace swells of wisdom full of grace, and we gain wisdom through experience, going through surviving bad experiences and how we overcome them. That is how we gain wisdom. So we're learning this wisdom, and in the bosom where she whispers sleeps the eye of winter. There is wisdom in stillness. There is wisdom in, again, pain and things that we have to suffer through, because we have to allow and figure out how to amend ourselves into the brighter side, into the light, into the warmth. Right, pile 2. These are all the messages that I have for you. Please like and subscribe to support the channel, and remember to stay sentient, stay kind. Bye. Hello, my pile 3s. If you guys chose Father, then this is going to be your pile. We're going to start off by reading what the book has to say for Father. So it says, ask if you have a lifelong attachment to that role of family patriarch, however you conceive of that family. So you're being asked to see if you do have any type of attachment to being a leader, and why do you have that attachment? Do you have that attachment because you like things to be your way and under your control, or do you like it in a more positive sense of just wanting to actually be there for people, help be a mediator, help to guide them, and to help them get through life? So it's kind of like looking at the intentions of why you like to be a leader. So my pile 3, I'm getting very Leo vibes, very just so much strength and leadership and foundation, and just trying to find a good direction in life that you want to help bring other people to as well. You do not like to see people suffer, and I do feel that love that emanates from you, but again, just be careful of your intention behind that. Is it so much as for control, or is it more to just genuinely help them and allow them to choose their own choices along the way, and do not be upset with them if it is different than from how you see the situation should be. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and work with the Winter Solstice spread. This spread was created by the Almanac Supply Company. I did not create the spread, but we're going to enjoy their spread and also enjoy my new Winter Solstice. Well, it's technically, these are called Seasons of the Yuletide Witch, but this beautiful deck, we also have like how it shines in the light. Look at that glimmer in the green. The green glimmer. This is giving me almost like Wicked vibes as well, but it was like the most Christmassy deck that I saw and liked. I went through several Christmas decks on Amazon, and I was just like, I don't know, this one was calling to me. Alright, so different decks can call to different people. I just personally am not a fan of more goofy looking decks, as in like the artwork looking more like a kid's cartoon. I mean, some people are into that. I'm not judging anyone who is, but I'm definitely more into like the older, like timey type of art, like this deck. You know, like this kind of, like this artwork I thought was very, very beautiful. Like the, you know, I don't know what to call this artwork, but whatever this artwork is called, I'm more into that than like a little kid with beady eyes or something. Anyway, so we're gonna start off with the first card in the spread. It's gonna cover 6 topics. The first one is what's hiding in the darkness / your subconscious that needs to be explored. So what is pile 3's subconscious needs to be explored? What is pile 3? What is pile 3? All right, so we have judgment. And we're going to pull a oracle for that. Okay, we're at 2. So we have the star. Follow the stars, for they know best, not too light, not too dark, a shimmer of what is coming next. Follow the stars, for they know best. And truly, the star can be considered as like your intuition as well. Remembering, oh, how they glimmer in the darkest of sights, never forgotten, never still, yet pacing in the mind of twilight of the night. Okay. You know, this could be thoughts, this could be experiences that are being remembered, being shifted around. So we're gonna, what is the question again? We're gonna focus on that. I'm all over the place. So the question again was, what needs to be looked at? What needs to come out of the subconscious? And we have judgment here. I think it's just, I think it's more outwardly, honestly. I don't think it's inner judgment. I think it's judgment on how you're seeing other people and what their choices, what they're doing, what direction they're going in. So I do think this could be something that you're doing subconsciously a little bit. Again, it might be like a thing where it's just like if someone's viewing life a little bit differently, even if they are in the wrong, you know, it's just kind of like acceptance, like that's where they're at right now. And just continue on, you know, focusing on how can you improve yourself and be like a leader in that way. Be a leader by influence, by what they see you do, right? And so, you know, living your life to being the best that you can be, as in making good choices out of love, being selfless, helping others, fully putting others above yourself. I think and contributing in that way, I think that's going to be that influence that is going to help guide and lead other people. And so instead of like sitting on the sidelines and, you know, observing what other people are doing and casting out judgments on that, is just more like trusting they're on their path. They have a lot of karma from their past lives that they're working out, and as you have your own, and, you know, just focus on your dharma. And dharma, again, dharma means your natural state, who you naturally are as a human. As a human, you want to save things, which is why there's like this old story that was like the scorpion that kept, like this man kept trying to save the scorpion because he was drowning in the waters, and each time he picked up the scorpion, it stung him. Well, then the scorpion got back in the water, so the man saved him again, and it stung him again. And the guy's like, well, why do you keep saving the scorpion if he keeps her stinging you? And he's like, well, you know, I'm just being myself as a human, and because he wants to save the life, and he's just being a scorpion. He just wants to protect himself. He doesn't know what's going on. He's being a scorpion. And so I thought that was a really neat story. And so I think that's how you should be looking at other people as well, is that they're working out their karma. They're in their state where they are right now. And so it's like accepting that and just continue to focus on your state and how you can do better and how you can grow, and influencing them, being a leader in that way. All right, for the second topic, we have what will give me strength as I face my shadow self. Okay. What will give pile 3 strength as they face their shadows? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna accept it. It's that kind of day. I'm gonna accept my clumsiness. So we have the Ace of Cups. In reverse. We have the 7 of Wands in reverse. And we have the Flower of Life. I never remember what that is. The Flower of Life. Let's see. Alright. So I'm one with the universe. We are all one. The card is the opposite of the self. It's a sign. Okay. Step away from ego and become one. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, just focusing again on not feeling like you're separate from other people. It's like knowing that we are all part of the consciousness of God, therefore we are all beautiful. And even though we are making mistakes, and you know, and you feel like you do have to, like, I just think that you don't see eye to eye. It feels like there's some type of particular people that you're surrounded by that you do not agree with emotionally. It's emotionally disturbing you, and you feel like you're like fighting against it. It's something that you feel passionate about. Like you feel like you have to defend what you think and how you feel. And so I'm just, you know, it feels like this is a cycle, and this is what you're going to have to release. Again, I think this is what is going to help you with this journey of just focusing on how can you better yourself in your life, and that is with focusing on the oneness, focusing on where you're from. You're a part of God, and so is everyone else. So therefore, let's serve them, let's create with them, and even though we don't see eye to eye, let them grow on their own in their own time. We cannot control their growth and what they decide and what they want to do. It just won't work. So let's go ahead and do an oracle for that one. It's going to help face the shadow self. What's going to help face the shadow self for pile 3? Alright, beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and read this one first because this came out for another pile family, which I just think is so freaking sweet. And I think it was for the same thing as well, what's going to help. The love is present in the presence of thee, a comforting veil that warms the heart and hugs the soul. Knowing the people that you consider family, that you have to, that you don't have to, but that you look out for and that look out for you. And I feel so much love that you're surrounded by, and just kind of remembering that. And I think that's going to give you strength, is like also just remembering the parts of life that you are fighting for, that you are bettering yourself for. And not letting these other things get to you, because as soon as you start letting what other people are doing bother you, then that's going to just put you more in a negative state as you let it dwell up. Is that the right word? Dwell up inside of you. As you're doing that, it's just going to create a lot, like this dark cloud around you. You're going to see everything more negatively, and you're just going to start interacting with life more negatively. And so it's time to kind of release that and just focus on your own path and how you can interact more positively, and how that can affect the other people who are experiencing things more negatively. And I think that will help bring more light to their life. So focusing on how can you bring more light to other people's lives. Okay. We have perseverance. Stay in the power, dear child, for thy lonely is never alone when the world is dreadful upon thy. Turn to the spirits within thy. All right. And it's all talking about within. It's all talking about that oneness, because the oneness, the reason, the purpose is that we're here is we're evolving. We're manifestations of God creating, and we are enjoying and fruitful with this creation, and we're evolving to all go back into this oneness of God. We're all becoming back. We're all getting closer to this oneness as we rise upon the plains. And we all have a piece of him inside of us, because the oneness is the consciousness observing everything. Okay, so like we all have like our different like personalities and tastes and likes and dislikes and all that, and that's within the mind. That's what's been created from this particular body, this particular life that we're living in. But the one that is observing it, which is thyself, that is what's inside of every single person, is the same big overarching consciousness that's observing everything as it goes on. And so we're all connected in that way as being that part of that consciousness that's observing. So it's very unique stuff. But again, I think just embracing that and understanding like that's the big picture. That's why life is working. I think is going to help you get through this. I just did that oracle. All right. So the third one is, what must I work to release during this season of rest? So what should pile 3 release during this season? Okay, I'm honestly just going to take that one because it's what my intuition says. Here we go. I'm going to move this. Give us some more room up in here. So we have the moon in reverse. So I think that could be like aspects of ourselves that we could be hiding from ourselves. It could be, I think a lot of it is also just releasing ego. I think you might be a little bit too into like, how are you coming off? How are you guiding people? How are you, I don't know. I just think that you could be too focused on like your personality and like what you're, doing. How you're being perceived, how you're being perceived by others, when instead it should be more focused on kind of connecting with the spiritual realm, connecting with that oneness and becoming a part of it and living a life through it, exploring it. You can explore it through meditation and through reading past like books, like people who've experienced it, because they're the ones who've also meditated, and this is what they've come into a conclusion from meditation. And so that's why it's interesting to do both, see what other people have discovered and meditate yourself and discover things yourselves. But I think that there's a lot of releasing of like the illusion of this reality, this illusion of the physical plane being the main plane. I think you could be a little bit too wrapped up into the physical plane that you are forgetting like why we're here, evolving and making choices that are out of love and selflessness. I think that needs to be our main focus driving, and instead of, again, how are we being perceived by other people and what are they doing and what they're doing right or wrong, or I think there's just a lot of, it just seems like you're a little wrapped up into the physical plane too much right now. Can we get an oracle of what needs to be released for pile 3? What needs to be released for pile 3? Okay. So we have merriment. What joy, what glee beams in the sounds of voices, uplifting the webs of sorrow, glimmering as if no tomorrow. Embracing that, I think this is all about celebrating what life brings, embracing that present moment and that journey, and just, living within each second, as each sound expels from someone's mouth, like truly just living within that waveform as it comes out, every single note, every single essence and syllable that comes through that sound, and just completely embracing and enjoying that. And we have gratitude, so this is similar. What am I and all that I'll be forever in gratitude, I'll eternally be. So do not forget that you are an eternal being. I also find it interesting that both of these have light in the picture. Right? And we also have star, being guided by the light, being guided by the star, being guided by the oneness, the universe, right? The universe. So I think that this is interesting. I think that instead of you taking on this power, or this power is a word, but power and responsibility of being the leader for other people, being the father, being the guidance, instead of you as a person taking this on, you need to take that off your back. I think you're weighing yourself down too much with this, and you're getting too wrapped up into this, that it is causing you to lose direction on why we're here. So I think you need to release being the Father and let the Father be spirit. Let the Father be the universe. The universe is the Father. We look up to that, and that's what you should be encouraging other people to do, is looking into the universe, looking into the inner self, the soul, and connecting with their own oneness, since we are all part of that. And so I think that's what it is. You're being asked to let the universe guide you instead of you guiding it. You're trying to guide it, and that is not. You're being misguided within that. It's causing you to become lost and misdirected. You're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing, again, on what people are doing that you don't agree with, or what you feel like is unfair and unjust. Instead, focus on, okay, what's my next step? What's the next thing I can do to help? What's the next thing that I can do to help create an evolution, to help us get further, to be a good influencer, I guess. And that in that way, you are a leader, but you're leading other people to the universe, to the same light that you're being led by. And so I think this is the overall arching theme of what's happening and what you need to release, what you need to let go of, what you need to do. It seems to be like this is what is being called out to us. Next is going to be, what aspect of your life most requires hibernation? What do you need a break from? What aspect of Piles 3 life do they need a break? Page of Wands in reverse. Oh, there's 2 of them. And Knight of Crystals in reverse. Right, let's pull a oracle. What does pile 3 need a break from? What does pile 3 need a break from? Mother Mary, into the arms of mothering embrace swells a wisdom full of grace. In the bosom where she whispers sleeps the eye of winter. Yeah, so I think you need a break from the overthinking of the next steps, over planning. You need to learn to trust what the universe has to give you. Trust that the universe is giving you different trials and tribulations and little hints of what direction you need to go in next, whether it be like an idea out of nowhere, or like a saying that someone has that triggers an idea, or like an experience I've used this example before, but it is a good example of this woman not knowing her direction in life, and she knew she wanted to start a business, but she didn't know what. And after she got married, she was like, I want to figure out how I want to preserve my wedding flowers so I can remember this day. And she couldn't really find any good companies that did anything. And then she was like, that's what I could make my company about. I could make little flower paintings, or picture frames or whatever, make little pictures and stuff out of the flowers that she preserves. And so that's it's those kind of things, it will come in time, trusting the universe's way of unfolding it for you. I think that it's losing the grip of control of trying to completely plan the directions and completely saying I need this to happen now, and that that kind of thing, this is the steps that have to be done in this order for me to get where I want to go and all this. It's kind of it's good to have a plan, but it's kind of also good to just release that and trust within the universe. Trust that every trial and tribulation that comes your way was meant to come your way so that you have a new tool in your tool belt to get to where you need to go to be successful, and that there is a reason why everything that you go through is happening, because the universe is giving you that for a reason. It's pushing you in that direction for a reason. Another book that I can recommend that I will also add in the link below is The Alchemist. I recently did a book review over it. It is an amazing book, first of all, but second of all, it is similar to this. It's this guy has his personal legend. It's a shepherd. The shepherd has his personal legend that he has to fulfill, and he's going through all these things, and life is giving him little omens, right? Life is giving him little hints of what direction he needs to go in next and where to find this. And then, at the end, he ends up going he goes through this whole journey to find out that he was in the right spot in the first place. But he was like, why did you do that, life? And life is well, I did it because guess what? didn't you enjoy, wasn't it beautiful? Like when you went to go see the pyramids, weren't they beautiful? And then he also, you know, on top of that, he got to meet the love of his life all the way out on the other side of like the sea and wherever he had to travel to. And so like all those experiences helped him grow so much that if he had gone the easiest way and like found it there, it wouldn't have been the same as getting to like have those kind of experience and trials and tribulations that he went through to get to where he was. Just all goes to say, just trust in life and what it has to give you, and stop trying to be control. Stop being the leader and let the light be the leader. So next we have, what aspect of my life most we just did that one. So how will this hibernation benefit me is the next one. How will this hibernation benefit pile 3? Woo! The world in reverse. Let's go ahead and pull this. All right, so you guys are going to be moving on to your next phase. I feel like pile 3, if you feel like you've been stuck in this phase in this for so long, you know, you're trying to push it out, and that's part of your control, is like push this out, then that is kind of some of the thing that you'll get to, you know, benefit from releasing the control. You will naturally finish. You will naturally go into the next phase that you need to be in. But if you push, you'll go into the next phase, but it's not going to be the one that's most beneficial for you, and that you're meant to go in. You're going to be having a lot more suffering in that way. So instead, release that control, trust the universe, watch out for omens, keep having some sort of plan and direction, but trust that you are going to be taken care of, and that your direction will naturally unfold with you, and you'll be into the next phase where you need to be in no time. All right, can we have another card for my pile 3? Here we go. So we have ceremony. I call upon those heralds of winter, dimming light for a better sight. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips. A spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. I call upon the herald of winter, dimming light for better sight. I know this is, guys, this is like kind of in code. It's very beautifully written, but I'm cracking the code. Hear thy praise spilling from thy lips, a spell I'll cast for thy spirits in me. Okay, it's about manifesting, you know, truly like the power within you. I think the universe does work with you. So it's like, I think in your heart, because the spirit is within you, that light is within you, your heart knows what it wants. Again, this is in the book The Alchemist. Your heart knows what it wants. It knows your purpose. It knows your direction. It knows your calling. So it's like trusting that you can manifest that out, but once you do, it's trusting that the universe knows the best way to get it to you, the best way to manifest it to you. The universe knows. So I think that is kind of what that is alluding to. That's it. Yeah, I guess that is another important part, is to remember that the spirit is within you. The oneness is within you. So it's like you can manifest that out, but trusting within the direction is going to be led in the right way, in the right time, when it needs to be. Now for the final card for winter solstice, we have, what lessons can I learn from the season? What lessons can pile 3 learn from this season? Oh, I almost dropped him. What lessons can pile... Okay, so we have 3 of stars in reverse. Look at that beautiful creation. Alright, what lessons can pile 3 learn from this season? So we have the darkest hour. There in the void of thy darkness swells the shadow of the soul, swallowing the wickedness into the blackness of its wholeness. Which is, look at this. Hold on. Let me not catch my sheet on fire, but... What a full circle moment. Hold on. Ta-da! How crazy is that? Ta-da! Okay. I have this down here so I don't like burn my house down. So let me put that back on there. All right. And we have the 3 stars in reverse. I mean, I think it's all about everything being unified back into one. This whole freaking reading was circled around being a part of the oneness, and that is the good and the bad, or that is both within the oneness. They're both 2 extremes of what the oneness can be, but it is all in there, and it's like trusting that it's all going to melt away into itself. Any trials and tribulations, it's like trusting through it. I think a big lesson through this is like working with the universe, no longer feeling like you're at this alone, that you have to be the leader, you have to be the guidance, it's all on you, you have to figure out your own life, you have to do your own soul purpose, you're on your own, this is all, like that's what is being learned, that you are not, that is all a lie, in that you are here working with the universe, you are not alone, the universe is right there with you, helping to guide you, that oneness that you are a part of, you are literally a part of the guts and soul of this universe, and you're here again, you are being supported in every single way, you are being guided, and that you don't have to feel like all the pressures are on your shoulder, because they are not. You are being led, your hand is being held, and you are being led into where you are meant to be and what is best for you and the universe as a whole, because that is what the purpose is about benefiting the wholeness. And so that's what all of this is like anything that goes awry, anything that troubles you, anything that bothers you, anything that you love and enjoy and feel, and the people around you, it's all a part of this journey that you are meant to be on, and just continue to follow that light and trust within it. All right, pile 3. These are some powerful messages. And I think we all kind of need to follow and learn that, is that we're working with the universe, not by ourselves, not being the universe. We are with the universe. We are part of it. All right, so please pile 3, like and subscribe to support the channel. Enjoy your winter solstice weekend. Hopefully remember that the light is coming after the darkness. We're having the shortest day of the year for longer days to come. And go ahead and remember to stay sentient, stay kind, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.